What's up, Knights? It's theDABTAB here, and welcome to a little bonus video for this week, which actually might turn into a regular thing called the Stompdate, which, if it's quite obvious by now, is basically a little pun between the name of the game, the Stomping Land, and the fact that it gets updates. If you don't know the entire story behind Stomping Lands, it is a dinosaur game that is a lot like DayZ, but instead for zombies it's dinosaurs, and you play as basically a tribesman or something like that, and are going to survive in this world filled with dinosaurs, if I didn't make that clear the first time. Now, the thing with Stomping Land is that it was released for early access the 30th of May this year, and as soon as that happened, radio silence from the developers, because for 3 months we didn't know anything. What happened? Why are there no patches? Why aren't you improving the game? And so forth. Apparently the developer of the game was moving, and I would more say at the same time updating to, I think it was Unreal Engine 4, if I'm not mistaken, because he was using 3 and he would instead use 4. I'm not sure that the update is finished yet, or if it's finished or not, but that was the reasons at least. And now finally, a month ago or so, he has been starting to produce updates. So, what is Stompdate? Basically, I do a little video that involves me trying to test out and find every of the various patch notes that he released. If I can't find everything, then so be it, but I will test as much as I can. And for a little fun fact, I did this video I just did this video, but I forgot to record. So I'll have to redo it. And I'll do it on solo, because I do not like PvP, which is one thing they should add. A good PvE system that does not necessarily mean you can fuck over everyone else, or just make so that your friends can be on a server. Anyway, this is what you play as. This is the island. What do you do? Craft shit and survive. And nope, your stuff is not saved still. I hope that will be fixed too. Now, as you might see already, there is a huge problem with the latest update that came before this one, and that is that in solo, huge dinosaurs like the Carnotaur that's walking towards me and that's fighting over there along with a Styracosaur is spawning as frequent as the little dinosaurs, being the Stygimolochs and the Gallimimuses. And that is a pain, because it makes it almost, I was going to say unbearable, but it makes it extremely difficult to survive, because you can walk nowhere without feeling a little bit of safety. If that didn't come out right, basically you're not safe anywhere. You have to keep moving because of the Carnos and the Ankylosaurs that constantly, for some odd reason, want you dead. The Carnos are pretty obvious because they're bloody carnivores, but the Ankylos are just dicks. So yeah. Now there are a few things that were apparently improved in this. One was the HUD drawing performance, which I believe is that you can see on the far right of the screen. I don't see any difference, because I don't really know what it means, but it's good at least. You can see the herbs, you can see if you're detected or not, or detection rate, and you can see if you're hungry, which the Carnos seem to always be. Why are there so many? This is the only reason I don't like this game right now. There are too many predators that you can do nothing about. Or more correctly, there are too many large predators. There are no small. For Carno, please. Don't. Why did you have to get stuck on my rock? Anyway, that would be one thing. Another thing would be changed day-night lighting to a higher performance setup, because this month is basically the performance patches, you could say. So that's that. It should be day and night stuff. I'm not sure I really noticed anything apart from that. Night felt a bit darker again, which is nice, because darker nights are more fun than too bright nights. That doesn't make any sense. The second thing is quite obvious. The tomahawk is no longer an equipable weapon and is now only used for salvaging. Added bare hands as a new default tool, which basically is what you see right here. It can only push. But as soon as you walk up to a tree or stone and want to harvest, or a dead corpse that I will do later, you can start foraging with a tomahawk that appears out of nowhere. Not that that matters, it's just if you want to be picky. Rework drop rates to be more fair for common materials. Sometimes I'm not sure that is true either. Because I tried to make a bow before, which I always want to make because, in my own opinion, it's the best weapon in the game. At least against dinosaurs. And what you need is wood, stone, tree sap, ugly feathers, and globs of saliva. And you need 2 of these globs of saliva, and for some reason they are really difficult to get. Still, I managed to make one, but that was towards the end of when I was, or when I thought I was recording. So let's see if I can make another. There's one thing I want to check on, because that's basically it. Because the last patch note basically says various edits, whatever that means. It's probably bug fixing and stuff. Which is why I would like to find a Puertasaurus. And if you do not know what a Puertasaurus is, it is basically the largest dinosaur in this game at this current moment, and probably will ever be. Because it's a sauropod, and sauropods are basically these long-necked lizard, if you remember from perhaps Walking with Dinosaurs and stuff. Like the Diplodocus, but looks more like a Brachiosaurus from Jurassic Park, if you want a reference, if you don't know what it is. So I tried to find one before, didn't find one, ended the video, or so I thought, since it wasn't recording, noticed I wasn't recording, and got a bit pissed. But yeah. So now I just have to redo everything just to show how everything is. And hopefully this time I will find a Puertasaurus. But as I said, Stompdate is supposed to be something that is quite regularly. It all depends on how many patches Jig puts out per week or per month. Because basically, as soon as I know he is released a new one, I will make a video for it, and you will see a little bit of gameplay. We might also do some streams of it, because why the hell not? How many rocks do I have now? 26. I want at least 40, so that I have to go around. And yeah, that's basically what these videos are. And that is basically why I currently slightly hate this game, with the spawning of larger things all over as commonly as the smaller ones were. I can get what it... If this was... I don't know what I was about to say there. If he meant to make it like this, I mean increasing the spawn rate of everything, then good idea. Not so great in the execution, because this is how I would want it. And this I'm saying with good criticism, so if Jig is watching this, then just so you're aware, I'm saying this because I want this game to be perfect and amazing, because I love it to death, apart from that one thing. So, basically, what I would have done when it comes to the dinosaur things, or what I would have wanted out of it when it comes to the spawning, is that carnivores are spawned at a few locations, or not necessarily, they're not spawned around you, but when you find them you will get like, oh shit, because right now it's like, oh, they're everywhere. It's not really something that is rare. Carnivores like these ones, for example, that are actually large, should be a little bit rarer, so that you don't find it immediately. And the same with the larger herbivores, like that Styracosaur or the Ankylosauruses, because sure, people want to see them, but it is cooler to find them when you haven't seen them for ages, or when they were actually rare. Because what I would like is that Gallimimus and Stygimoloch, before they spawned as frequently as every dinosaur does currently, and it was pretty cool, apart from the fact that Stygimoloch was a bitch, still is, but and at least kill it now with ease. And that was cool. Then, with the larger dinosaurs, I would like there to be, like, at least if it comes to Ankylosaurs and Styracosaurs or herbivores, with other words, it would be neat to either find them alone, like you used to, especially with the Styracosauruses, or if you find them in small herds that walk around in a set area or run around and stuff. That would be better, according to myself. Carnos still can walk in groups of 1 to 2, and would be more around the center of the island. However, if you'd make a sound with a sound trap or something towards the beach, then they would walk over here, or just go to see what it was, just like with every other carnivore or predator that he would add. Because that would make the game a wee bit more fun, in my own honest opinion. So yeah, apart from the spawn rate of every dinosaur and currently the lack of species, it's a good game, and I like it, and I really hope that he continues doing things with it. Oh yeah, and the lava needs to be fixed. The textures look horrible, in my own opinion. And when you go beneath it, isn't like your screen turns red because you're beneath the lava. It's like there was just a layer of something showing that there was lava there, but beneath it there's nothing. To me, that's just a weird thing that I would want to be fixed. But yeah, let's go find a Puertasaurus, because those things are badass, because they are so large. I just hope the Carnos are still not walking behind it or getting drawn towards them, because that's what they used to do. And as far as I am aware, there should be around 3 Puertasauruses on this island. If I find one, however, I will be happy, even if it's stuck on a rock. Now basically I run out of things to say. I should actually do something now out of a different viewpoint, which is not really about the game that much, it's more about the things in the game, thus the dinosaurs. I could explain some stuff about them, well, the stuff I know. And I can start with something that irritated me, but it's nothing that the creators has done. It's something a YouTuber did that I just thought was pretty annoying. And it's about the Styracosaurs. Those things. Actually, before we move on, can I make a bow? No, I need another glob of saliva. But a YouTuber that had played this game a lot when it first came out, and that I watched, he said that, or told his friends that the Styracosaurus, whatever words, where did it go? The thing there that lies dead and that's somewhere behind that bushes, the thing with the horns at least. He said that turns into a Triceratops. And I was like, no, your facts are wrong. It's just like the Stygimoloch in this matter, because basically, what researchers have found out, if the facts are still true, I haven't checked because they haven't said anything, what I have seen myself, is that a few dinosaur species does not exist. Styracosaurs do exist, and Triceratops do too. And basically their argument for why some of the species did not exist is because basically what we discovered instead is that, say, in this case Stygimoloch is just a teenager Pachycephalosaurus. So basically what people have found is that some species are actually the same, just during different stages of its lifetime. Saying maybe Stygimoloch is teen and Pachycephalosaurus is adult. It's the same with this fact. But Styracosaurus is not it. Styracosaurus is its own species. The thing that evolves into a Triceratops, if you're going to make it in with that wording, is the Torosaurus, which is supposedly a young or teenager or subadult to a Triceratops. So yeah, that's just something that got me irritating, just like saying that Styracosaurus is what turns into Triceratops. Get your facts right before you make that statement. Sure, you might not have known, but still. And then it's just another thing that also made me a little bit mad. But that's something I can overlook, because it's a common thing if you have only watched Jurassic Park or are not really that into dinosaurs. And that is the fact that... Wait, just give me a second here. 2, 8, 4, 1, 2. Starting with rock. 2, 8, 4. I don't have ugly feathers. Okay then. I need to loot something. Anyway, something I can overlook. If you've just seen Jurassic Park, you will basically just think, oh, there are two carnivores apart from the Dilophosaurus, and that is the Velociraptor and the T-Rex. So when you see predators in this game, especially in this size, you say, oh my god, watch out for the T-Rex. It's like, it isn't. It's a Carnotaurus. They're so very different. Look at that. That looks nothing like a Tyrannosaurus. I know I'm really ranting right now, and it's probably about stuff most people don't really care about, but I care, and I find it super entertaining when you don't know your facts. Especially about animals and dinosaurs. Jesus. So yeah, that was my rant for the day. Get your facts right before you make a statement, basically. Is there only one? I would want more. I need the feathers. I could you maybe just make a trap and kill something and hope that it gives me what I want, but oh shit! Why do you have to fight so close to me? I don't want to die. actually beat it. Styracosaurus, I freaking love you! Well done. All hail the mighty Styracosaur. Did one over there as well. So let's claim the rewards of it. No, let's not. Ankylosaurs are dicks. Let's see, I want to loot that sticky Moloch corpse. But I don't want you to be a dick and kill me. And this is a long video so far. I think. I don't really know when I recorded. Or started to record, I mean. It might just be really short. It just feels like I've recorded for a long time for myself. There we go, ugly feathers. Now I can build a bow. And I just realized which river I'm at. Crap. Oh well, let's stand up here on the rocks and get some stuff built. Yeah, bow. I needed 1 ugly feather and 2 globs of saliva. There we go, common bow. Best weapon in the game. And now with 15 arrows instead of 10. I was thinking, where the fuck was that Carnotaurus? I heard the footsteps, but I could not see where it was. And they're back in it. Actually, I could say something good now too, that I realized after watching another YouTuber's video. And that is that now, since you can bring your materials with you into a cave, you can make a torch within the cave instead of having to see nothing except for the plants that for some reason are very glowy. For an example, I think it's 2 and 1, yes. Here we go, a little torch. So now I can basically see this. And also like that there's no drop in this cave now either, because that made it deadly and you could not get out if you did not have the materials to craft a torch, which was a problem. Or I think there was a hole, I just never noticed if there was or not. Because it was so dark. But yeah. And now that I have that, how much expertise do I have? 43? But when I last played I had 200 and something. Meh. Who of those are dead? Because sometimes there is a glitch or bug in which they can still stand and stuff when they are actually dead. Because they are not fighting. So either the Styracosaur one or the Carno one. And I see a Carno corpse there, so it's probably the Carno that won. Which means I do not want to go in that direction. Which is actually a good thing, because I need to get back up anyway and head this way to try and find that Puertasaurus. Or sauropod, as the technical term for every member of that species is called. And as I said before, the thing lacking in this game is more dinosaur species. Because currently there are 2 small herbivores, two medium-sized or large herbivores, 1 carnivore, I wanted to say medium, but there is only 1, and a very large herbivore. That's what's in the game. The small ones, Gallimimus, you saw to my right, the Stygimoloch, that were the dicks, the Predator, the Carnotauruses, as you can see 4 of, thought, three at least. The ankylosaurs, such as this one, is one of the medium or large herbivores. Along with that, a Styracosaurus. And then it's the Puertosaurus, that is the large or overly large herbivore. There are said of a few other species that will also be within the game. The largest predator will be the Tyrannosaurus Rex, because why not? He is still the king, according to what everyone says. Although I would like to see a Giganotosaurus or something like that instead. Then there is going to be a Titan boa that lives in the caves, which will make the caves scary as fuck, if you think of the sounds that are in the larger cave system. And then there will be Ostroraptors as smaller, I would say, predators, because they're basically the size of the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park, or from the Jurassic Park movies, or Deinonychus as its real name is, if it's that size. Velociraptors were not larger or smaller than most common dogs. And when I think about dogs in that size, it's more like Labradors, or whatever. What else? There would be a Quetzalcoatlus, if I'm not mistaken of the name, which is basically the largest flying reptile that has ever lived. Which will be scary too, because that too is a meat eater, or fish eater. But I said that too would be rather scary. What else? There will be a Helicoprion in the oceans. There will be, I think it's Edmontosaurus, they said, which is basically one of the duck-billed dinosaurs. If you want a reference, look at a Parasaurolophus, but remove the giant horn-like thing on its head. Or trumpet, as some call it. What else? I think we're going to add another species of ankylosaur that is, I think, smaller, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. And I'm currently in the right river to find I was going to say Parasaurolophuses, but that's the wrong dinosaur entirely, the Puertosauruses. So yeah, there are some other dinosaurs too, but I cannot remember right now. I think there's going to be another medium-sized carnivore, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, now I remember one. The Postosuchus, I think it was called. I think it's the one that was in the first episode of Walking with Dinosaurs. The one that walks on 4 legs and is basically like a prehistoric crocodile that walked on land with those legs instead of with small legs, and were more for the water or aquatic life mixed with land. Semi-aquatic maybe even. So yeah. Don't remember much else of it. But hopefully that will be added on early next year, or if he fixes everything to make things perfect for now, maybe early this winter? Like in December or something? That would be neat and awesome and glorious. So yeah. I do actually think I will not find a Puertosaurus, but I might as well follow this river to its end. Just wary of this Carnotaur, who of course got stuck. God dang it. I don't want to go in front of him in case of him coming loose. And I don't want to go in the water because I think he can see me more if I'm swimming, and I think I'm not crouched immediately after I go onto the bank again. I think he can't see me if I stand from here or crouch from here. Okay, we're having a battle. The Styracosaur or Carno. Place your bets, people. Place your bets. The big horny one or the meat-eating bull. And the meat-eating bull is the winner. I don't even know. I just I did that voice for the last video that I forgot to make. So I just wanted to do it again. Because it was fun. And yeah, well, screw you, Sticky Moloch. I just realized something about the concept art of a Sticky Moloch. When it was released in the early access, it was the most painful thing to deal with. Because as soon as you got within a certain range of it, it would kill you in 2 hits. And it's like, I didn't even do anything to you. Why are you so pissed off? And you're alone, still pissed off. So, I checked the concept art a few months ago, just a month ago or so, and it said hostile or protected if cornered. Oh, and I was like, okay, what part of me cornered a Sticky Moloch in the open? That made no sense, but I hope they make it like that, because that would be a bit more fun, because just walking hello Carno, just walking around them alone is pretty not so fun, because you die easily. I almost would say the same thing about Ankylosaurs, because why are they hostile towards you? Sure, they don't have that large a brain, but Stegosaurus has smaller. And it should still not be that hostile towards something that is smaller than it, that doesn't even try to attack it. Sure, if you shoot an arrow at it or try to attack it, then sure, kill me. But if I don't, it's just bullshit. Carnos I can get. And Styracosaurs, they're just peaceful creatures until you hit them. Which is a good thing. I need to make a fire. And now to show a fun bug in this game that has been there since the release of Early Access in Solo. And that is this. You add meat, and then start fire! There is no fire! How the fuck is the meat getting cooked anyway? It's just a little thing. I'm not sure it's a bug with the fire itself, or it's just a bug with the I was going to say texture and lighting and stuff, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that meat will be cooked, I will eat it, and in the meantime I'll actually loot that Carnotaur, because why not? Oh yeah, are there stars now? No, I think he removed this. Yeah, I think he removed the big stars that showed where large dinosaurs were, because they are everywhere now! Which is a smart move, if he wanted that to be a thing. But I don't want it to be a thing, because it doesn't make... it makes the game less fun. The dinosaurs are too frequent. So, eat large meat, and take down. And whilst I'm taking it down, I'll say that that will be it for this Stompdate, because there is nothing more to show. I can't find a Puertosaurus. Maybe I'll do that next week, or next time an update is released. So yeah, if you want to see more videos, or if you want to keep track with me as in when I go live on Twitch and stuff, then in the description there is a link to... No, there's not a link, but there is what my Twitter is called and what my Twitch is called, if you want to watch my live streams or just in general want to know what is happening. So yeah, that's that. Follow me on those two places, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and night salute to all of you fine people out there whom have been watching. And bye bye.